This is starting to turn into some sort of survival blog, like I'm adrift in the Pacific Ocean on a sailboat and I never know when I'm going to see civilization again. I do believe it is truck bed date number 6. We find ourselves adrift in my garage with a welder, a little bit of know-how, and the desire to get this project wrapped up. So we are going to press on today. So as you can see behind me, the subframe's done, the turnover gooseneck is done, the main cross members are in. Now I just have a butt ton of welding to do. So I'm gonna lay just a bunch of wire today. And I also have to do the rear apron and figure out where the lights are gonna go. I have a new Hypertherm plasma cutter, PowerMax 30, that I need to bring online. And so, yeah, this is the unsexy, unglorious part of fabric cobbling, I guess, is just the welding. And in the past, my challenge with this part of projects, limited as they may be, is focusing too much welding on one area. I really need to be better about spreading out the heat as not to cause things to warp. So I'm gonna try to be mindful of that today, and we will just we'll get to it. Oh, I just really don't know where to begin, so let's just jump in with both feet. The welding doctor will see you now. So something has become painfully obvious through the course of all of this welding. I only sort of know what I'm doing, and I'm not very good at welding from underneath, so I guess I will have to look for more projects that allow me the opportunity for that, like the other half of the truck bed. But I think I have all of the welds on the driver's side done. I'm gonna look it over real quick and see if that's the case, and we will keep at it. Look at where it hit that crossbar. Oh, sweet. Okay, YouTube, so the truck's being set up for a gooseneck trailer, which requires safety chains. A fifth wheel does not. Generally, when you have a truck bed, you have, obviously not this deep, but little channels in your bed that they hide the bolts in. Pull it up, and then it goes back down when you're not using it, so it's flush in one of those grooves inside your truck bed. Well, this is a flatbed. The manufacturer wants the safety chains at least 6 inches to the left and the right of the turnover hitch. So what I'm gonna do is use this channel. We're gonna make some mounts for it. Over the center of the gooseneck, I'm gonna get some Zeus fasteners, basically create a plate that I'll remove when I wanna use the gooseneck, and then it'll be flush, and these will be recessed when I'm not using the gooseneck, or if I'm using the fifth wheel converter, it'll just sit flush over the top. We're gonna see if that works. Here we have our finished safety chain piece, and what amounts to a weep hole. So that's in the back leading edge opposite of the U-bolt. I will install it at a slight angle to shed any water that should collect under there. As we recently learned, I don't like welding overhead, so I'm gonna have to do that on these pieces because this amounts to the safety chain mount, so it needs to be welded, I think, on all the surface areas with plenty of penetration to make it as safe as possible. So there's that. I chose to retain the factory tow hitch for issues of simplicity and liability, I guess. But nevertheless, I need to make an apron that'll come down and in part hide these nasty box ends. So I'm gonna put this piece of 1-inch tubing on here, 1x3, and tie it in the sides. This will be an area for my license plate, a couple extra backup lights, and the trailer connector. The only issue is there is this giant welded bushing that you would use to put a second ball on your truck, to permanently mount a ball. So I have to go over that. So it is, I dropped a center line down. It is roughly within the center of the bed, wonder of wonders. But I need to drag out my new plasma cutter. I need to cut out a circle in order to lay down flat over that. And then I will come up from behind, or I'll come up down through the top with a couple of bolts and tie in here. That way it doesn't rattle and just tie it all together, but it's not permanently welded or anything. And then we will fill it in from behind with some diamond plate, and that should be it. So what we have here, friends, is a brand new Hypertherm Power Max 30. Woo! If you ever wonder if your wife loves you, she lets you go buy one of these, you know beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt, she loves you. Whoa! That's awesome! Oh, I love it! It's great! Worth every red bloody cent I paid for it. That is magical! 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 So I notched the hole I cut out with the plasma cutter. I opened up with a cutoff disc and then notched the front edge. That way it can slide over this little welded in bushing, and then I can bolt the bed to it from underneath, and it'll all be tied together without being welded together. This build is unofficially brought to you by Bubbly. When you're too fat to drink beer and soda kills your liver, what do? You drink flavored tap water with carbon dioxide in it. It's not quite San Pellegrino, it's bubbly. Bubbly. It's another morning on the flatbed build. I don't know how many days it's been. I've lost count. It just never ends. Nevertheless, we have to press on towards the goal, forever enduring to flatbed completeness. So today we're gonna work on spacing the stake pockets. Never done it. We'll swag it, figure it out, and get her done. I'm now laying out stake pockets. I'm gonna go a foot in from either side and then 3.5 feet. Kind of arbitrary, laid it out, looks nice. I think it should work. My dad's back in town, should be here in a bit so we can start up again. Only problem is, I think I need marker lights. I'm seeing them on all the flatbeds and I really don't want to build this thing and get a fix-it ticket and have to weld on or cut holes into a finished bed. So I think we're gonna add some marker lights. We will put them down here in the corner, up in the corner, and then some of them have 3 across the back too. So I think we will do that, and I'll just use the rubber grommeted ones. This is red. I don't know if I need amber or red, but so the problem is these are gonna be right up to the edge. Takes a 2.5 inch hole. So that's kind of where we are. Got just the minutia. This thing is a giant time suck. The worst part is, well, the best part is, the worst part is that I already know how I would do it different in the future, and I want to make another one to make it better than this one, and I'm not even done with this one. And that, friends, is God, one of my just major personality flaws. Perfectionist, and yeah, I just want to sell this and move on and do it all over, but I don't have the time or the money, so we won't. So there we are, quick update. We'll get back to it at some point today and figure out these marker lights, rub rail, hopefully get the deck on and get some headache rack built while my dad's here to help.